Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we are back in V8 action with the Racetech V8ESC rounds 9 and 10 from Donington Park in the UK. In the booth with me, I have the usual suspects. Pete Bingham, good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
Bill Switzer, good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
And Silent Bob in the background, Sam Boozin.
Good evening, everybody. I will just put V8 Mage, 2 minutes. I have sound issue, but everybody is hearing you, Clyde, so let's go ahead.
Okie dokie. So, looks like... Tyler Newitt has had a problem straight away, something to do at the iRacing end. So, Pete, sorry, let's get back into this. So, we have got 2 races for everybody tonight. We've got a 30-minute sprint race, and that will be closely followed after a short break by a 60-minute feature race. So, last time out, we had 3 quick super sprint races, and I think Marco Namela took away a couple of wins, and Johnny Brandon. Are you expecting to see anybody different up the front there tonight, Pete?
We've got a few people that'll get to the front here. Obviously, Tony Klusterman, Johnny Brandon, Wayne Sanderson. But I think there's a few people lurking in the background. Oh, and of course, Marco. How could I forget Marco? I think there's a few people in the background that could make some sort of advantage out of any incidents that come from those 4. It's going to be, I think, less frantic. The sprint races are pretty much get out there, get it done, and win. These ones slightly less so. These are a bit more carefully approached. There's fuel strategy in race 2 to think about. And tyre preservation in race 2. So I don't necessarily think it's going to be balls to the wall and foot to the floor in the second one necessarily.
Yeah, so Bill, we're currently in the 15-minute qualifying session. Donington Park, one of my favourite tracks, both to drive on here and real life. One of those tracks with a bit of everything. It's a driver's circuit. It's a rhythm circuit. And it's just, I'm not sure I know anybody that doesn't like it.
I totally agree. I think it's an excellent track. Never been there, but it's definitely on my bucket list. I've watched on internet. I've watched motorbike racing. I've seen the cars of all types here. And it seems to blend well with whatever races there, whether it's low horsepower sedans or, the ground pounding GT3 cars, and of course the V8s I think fit well here too. So nothing but the best I'm expecting, and of course, it's a crapshoot. I guess the old saying is anybody can win. Our 4 suspects, have the best chance, but things happen all the time, so we never know. We may see a new breakthrough today. Would be kind of refreshing, but. Looking forward to this race.
Yeah, Donington's one of my favourite tracks. I've raced here. When I say raced, I've done laps here, and I've tried to go as fast as I can. So that's just like touring round, really, isn't it? But it's quite a technical track. I mean, there's certain places where the car goes light, and you've got to be very careful on the gas. You've got some really, really heavy braking zones and some terrifyingly fast corners. Old hairpins just, you just want to get out and cry the first time that you do it at pace because you're convinced you're going to die. Oh, look, there's Ant's feet.
Has he got his sexy socks on?
He's got his sexy shoes on.
Well, I'll tell you, another chink in the armor tonight is it's the GP course, which has a little added, what would you call, almost looks like a hangnail off the side of the course. What they call it, international or national, I'm not quite sure what the regular course is called, but that should add a little bit of a diversity to the guys tonight, especially that really tight hairpin down at the end. It's a really hard corner to navigate. Everybody tries to go too fast around there all the time. And then coming back onto the main part of the raceway is kind of a tricky corner too. So really looking forward to this. Is going to really be interesting.
Yeah, that's Melbourne and Goddard, isn't it?
Sorry, Pete. Yeah, that last left tends to be really, really slippery. And I always find that running the GP loop with that extra hairpin, it opens up another opportunity for overtaking because if you've got a car behind you and you don't cover the inside, they're obviously going to dive down the inside of you. And if you're chasing somebody and they do cover the inside, you go to the outside and try and square off and straighten up that hairpin, you can get a hell of a lot better run up to the final left-hander. So,
Yep.
I personally, I know a lot of people don't like the GP loop, but I think it adds a little tiny bit extra to this track.
Well, it's an added dimension, which, I don't think it blends with the rest of the track, but it adds a different dimension for sure.
So we are almost 7 minutes in, so nearly halfway. Currently we have Marco Namela sitting on provisional pole with a 127.45. Just behind him is Tony Kloosterman with a 127.84. And then comes Johnny Brandon with a 128.09. So it's a morning race to start with. So track temperature's nice, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I'm sure it'll warm up a little bit. Not quite sure how well iRacing model the slipperiness of this track, because
I'd have a word with Johnny about that. He just got a massive handful of wheel spin coming out of Melbourne.
Well, the laps I've done here in real life, the back straight is really, really slippery because it's on the flight path for East Midlands Airport, and it gets fuel and hydraulic oil and all sorts of dumped on it, and that does make it really, really slippery.
Yeah, well, it was an airport in its own right, wasn't it? Once upon a time.
I believe it was, yes.
Yeah. Or part of it, wasn't it?
Well, as most racetracks were in this country,
true.
anyway.
Mostly World War II airstrips.
Yeah. But, there are, you've named some of the corners here, like the old hairpin. The Kramer curves are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I always find turn 1 really tricky.
Okay.
It's one of those corners that sucks you in and makes you feel that you can carry more speed than you actually can.
Yeah, and there's that, and you turn into it thinking I've got the speed absolutely right. Then the corner just tightens up on you inexplicably, and you're like, well, where did that go? Where's the rest of the track gone now?
The line going into it is weird as well, isn't it? Because you go, so as you come down the start-finish straight, you go left onto the pit lane exit.
Yeah.
To try and get the best turn in for that turn 1. Well, we won't see pit stops in this race, but we will in the next race. So, you've got to be aware of drivers coming out of the pits if you're going to try and take that pit exit away.
Yeah, in the races I've done in the past, I've had quite a few near misses with cars forcing their way back onto the track. Funnily enough, lots in multi-class racing. I don't know whether it's because they can't see the relative properly or something like that, but you're right, it creates a bringing together of fast and slow all in one place, so it is a bit dicey.
Another thing too with that, it's called Redgate, is that it actually you change in direction more than 90 degrees. That kind of throws you a little bit, like both of you mentioned, it tightens up exiting. Well, really, it's actually angling back against itself, which makes it look that way. And it is. That's a tough corner. There's not an easy corner in this whole track, to be honest.
But you end up mugging yourself though if you get Redgate wrong, because then the Craner curves, you're too slow going through, and everybody comes flying past you.
And like you mentioned, Pete, down to the old hairpin and Starkey's Bridge and Schwantz curve there. I'll tell you, that'll tighten up your sphincter muscle. Let me tell you, you are roaring through there.
Too right. And that old hairpin, that's a funny turn as well, isn't it? You run wide on there on cold tyres, but then when your tyres are up to temperature, it snaps on the inside and flies across yourself.
Yeah, that is.
You see Simability's paint on Greg Carr, the side of it?
Yeah, there's something wrong with that.
There's a shadow underneath of another Simability logo or something.
They had trouble with that before.
Did they?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right. It's an odd one.
tell you, Ryan Walker's really improved. He's up in the 6th spot with a 128 time as well. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Ryan's a really nice lad, and he seems to me one of these that if he sets his mind to doing a series, he does the series. He puts the practice in and he does everything he can to get better. He doesn't enter 73 championships every season.
Yeah, he's almost acts like a student of the game a little bit, basically.
And we've got a pronunciation landmine for me, haven't we? Car number 76, Justin. Tell me how you say that.
I would say it'd be Nazier.
And I would go for Naya.
Right,
that
and then Sam, who lives closest to it.
I think Clyde is more or less good.
Naya?
I think,
Naya, right.
I'm not
what we're going
part
with.
of this side of the country.
Oh no, I know. You're on the other side, aren't you?
Yeah.
The dark side.
Okay, so we've got Chris Jackson with us on the chat. We've also got Detective John Kimball. Pass.
We have as well. That's funny.
But, good evening, anyway. So where are we? We've got 2.5 minutes left. No change at the top. Currently Steve LaValle 4th, Wayne Sanderson 5th, Ryan Walker 6th, Brian Crawls 7th, Greg Carr 8th, Tyler Hewitt 9th. Good to see you got back in. And Ant Woodward in 10th with his fancy shoes.
Yeah, and I see on Jimmy Wilson's car, he still have the wrong broadcaster name.
Yeah, no, it's
He
not.
should really sort that out. Just annoying.
Can you blur it out on the stream or not?
I should try, yeah.
Just a blurred image wherever that car is.
We'll set the stash on them.
Yeah. Oh dear. And again, Nikolai's putting in some handy times, isn't he?
Yeah, I hope he got his issues sorted.
Yeah. Was that tech issues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to do with rift freezing, wasn't it? On
yes, it
night
was.
races or something like that.
Yeah. You had a few issues at the start with your VR, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Black screen and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it is not really newbie errors, but you learn the nuances of them, and you can't be turn it off, turn it on again.
Yeah. And Sam's got a fan. Canadian Crispy Bacon says you've got great camera angles. I don't know whether that's a euphemism.
Yeah, that's great camera angles. Cameraman is the better one you can have everywhere. He can't speak English though, but
Yeah.
that's the best one you can have.
Canadian Crispy Bacon.
They cover it in maple syrup, don't they?
Is
God, I hope
Canadian
not.
bacon similar to American bacon? Is it
No, it's not. No,
streaky and crispy and breaks your teeth?
No, it's thicker. I guess kind of similar to yours. It almost looks. It's I don't know, about maybe 1/8 of an inch thick or so, roughly. I'm guessing, but and it's got a lot more meat. Not much. It's a lot leaner.
Yeah, I knew I liked Canada.
Oh, the other bacon's gold. So, yeah.
See, Tony's car doesn't have the same shadow underneath this immobility.
No, I think that's a paint pack issue by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to sort that for next time. Chris Jackson's gone all technical about bacon now. It's gone to a bad place. Let it go, Chris.
No, I don't think you can beat Danish bacon.
How about Danish pastries?
Oh, don't. I love them. Absolutely addicted and a cup of coffee. Thank you very much. Bye.
Eat with his health food, yeah.
Yeah. Only 1 gazillion calories per bite.
Wish I could eat pastries that give me heartburn. I guess probably it's a good thing.
Just fight your way through it, Bill. Fight your way through
I
it.
like that with pickled eggs. I have a jar of pickled eggs and a box of Rennies because the heartburn is worth it.
You're not supposed to drink the vinegar, though. You know that, don't you?
Well, he thinks that's cider.
So quali is over.
Oh, it is, yeah.
We'll wait for the session to click over, and then we'll get your starting grid on the screen for you. Good evening to Marco Lower. He's obviously dumped us for a date. So let's just have a quick look at the championship standings. So Johnny Brandon currently leads the way, followed by another XVR driver, Rich Warmingham, Steve Lavalley, Tony Kloosterman, and then Jamie McKnight, who's not with us tonight.
No, and Rich isn't with us either.
No.
Surprising that, to be honest.
Although the drivers do get a drop round, so perhaps they're using it for some reason.
Yeah, unless you're nocturnal, it's hard to race from Australia in this series.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get your starting grid. So going off from pole is Marco Namela. Tony Kloosterman goes off second. Johnny Brandon third. Stephen Valley fourth. Wayne Sanderson fifth. Ryan Walker, well done, sixth. Tyler Newitt seventh. Brian Crawls eighth. Greg Carr ninth. Jamie Wilson 10th. And Woodward 11th. Nikolai Bogotyrev in 12th. So Chris has said Jamie is recovering from surgery. So 13th is Adam Wright, 14th Ben Cullen, 15th Justin Nyer, 16th is Ivan Bowmans, and that rounds out your 16-car grid as we wait for the lights to come on.
Okay, I think they're all there now. Oh, maybe not.
No, not quite. Not just yet.
Yeah, we're
still waiting on the top two.
Yeah, we're waiting on definitely Tony with his...
and Marco Namela.
There's
Tony's
Tony.
on. Brian Crawls has now left us briefly, and he's back again. But Marco Namela's letting him sweat.
He is. He's leaving it right to the last second. There he is.
Okay.
It's mind tactics, isn't it?
Lights are coming on. 3, 4, 5. We're green straight away. Starter didn't hold them at all. Great start from Marco Namela. Wheel spin in second, I think. Tony Kloosterman round the outside. That's difficult, especially on the first lap.
Johnny Brandon is right with it. 3 wide going through Redgate. That's going to be painful when they get through Craner curves. And we're as we were still. Ooh. These three are still at it back here. It's Brian.
Tony's trying real hard to stay with Marco. He's tried to get by him a couple times so far.
There's all sorts going on further back in the field as well.
Yeah, they seem to have sorted themselves out. Single file now. Whoa, Tony Kloosterman sideways.
Oh dear. There's a bit of a love tap. I don't know who was to blame there. I really don't.
Tony looked like he moved over into Johnny, but I can't believe it. Something happened.
Oh, Johnny's giving him a bit of angry lights. Bit of flashy lighty going down the hill.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have to see it again. What's happened to Jamie Wilson? Why is he at the back?
Ended up at the rear of the field. Oh, that's there's that an overtake there on Ant Woodward from Justin Nyer.
Looks like it, yeah.
I think it is. And then Ant Woodward's trying to return the favour now under braking, and he's going to do it. He's more than in front there. Very, very safe and careful driving. And it'll be interesting seeing how far Jamie Wilson gets back through the field, but it'll be nice to see what happened to him.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, this is it.
Here we go. Here we go. He's going to go
Wide.
No.
No.
Nikolai looks like he's got to slow down.
And then so does Jamie.
Weird.
Now, no, you can pick up slowdowns through old hairpin. Really bad
wow.
one. So I think
you got a big one there.
There. Yeah. This is Justin Naya, who's been overtaken now by Ant Woodward, and has. Oh dear!
The nudge there.
That was a nudge, but it looked like Nikolai did the nudging and then did the crashing as well.
I don't know whose car it was, but I just see it twitch like it had been pounded from the rear.
I think it was Adam Wright's car. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Ben's, wasn't it?
Yeah. Looks like Nikolai gets into the back of Ben.
Yeah, under braking. Oh, he's absolutely like a missile.
Yeah.
Got the braking all wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. So he just missed his braking point there, didn't it?
Amazing it wasn't worse than that. He's actually done an alright job not to have a massive crash.
I wonder if that was a network thing. He was going awful fast into there all of a sudden.
It looked like he just got the braking point wrong.
Oh, maybe.
Now Jamie's crawling all over the back of Justin Naya. And not doing too much in the way of waiting. He's a very classy driver, isn't he, Jamie Wilson?
Yeah.
He's very aggressive.
In any car as well, that's the trouble.
Terrifying. I hate him.
It's a bit sort of Tommy-esque, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, this is difficult.
He's looking on the outside. It's going to be a tough one.
Not impossible, but by doing that, you set yourself up down the hill better.
Let me tuck back in.
It's Tyler Newitt and Brian Crawls.
They're side by each, aren't they? Yep.
Yeah. Positions off the start, haven't they?
Tyler's getting very hungry for that position.
I just noticed that curvy corner that comes back on the straightaway, the one that's really slippery, even has a camber too. I can't believe how slick that thing is without a camber as well.
It is. And Ant's now caught Adam Wright.
Just watching his feet, he's trying to get all three pedals at the same time at the moment.
Man, he does it the professional way. He's heeling, towing, and everything.
Heel, toe, and ankle, and
he's clutching on downshifts. Wow.
I think he's going to get his knee involved at some point.
He's actually in the position that he started, as are the top six.
Yeah. Qualifying doing its job.
But Marco seems to be pulling a gap now on Tony. Johnny's giving his car a wiggle for some reason. Okay, so Ben Cullen has now got himself right up with Justin Naya.
Yeah, there's a bit of shuffling going on in the mid-pack now. This track's actually alright for doing overtaking moves, but you are waiting for gaining an advantage somewhere. I suppose that's true of any track in any corner, but this one, the optimal line is what everybody is on. There's no multiple optimal line.
Yes, that's Greg Carr going past Tyler Newitt on the replay.
Tyler's clearly got a slowdown. Has he?
I don't know, I thought he just got a bit of a wiggle on, to be honest.
Right.
Either that or he was letting him go. I'm not quite sure what he was doing.
Yeah.
Nikolai's got himself back on the back of this battle. Ben's got that. Oh, no, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. He went, Lots going on.
Wrong execution.
Yeah.
Take that wide line and then try and cut back under him.
Yeah. And it almost worked.
Almost. Just stay over to the right.
Yeah, just get as far to the right as you can.
Ooh, 3. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Nikolai's done the sensible thing there.
Right out of that, didn't he?
Well, Nikolai's going to get a massive drive here now, down through the crane of curves, and old hairpin will be his.
Yeah, he has.
I think Justin's about to lose a second. Oh no. That's a good line through there from Nikolai, though. Can't get a Rizzler between these three going through that portion of the track. I don't know what that particular turn's called, to be honest. Is that one of Starkey's? Is that Starkey's Bridge, is that? The one going back up the hill again?
Starkey's Bridge and then Schwantz Curve.
Oh, that's it. That's the one.
I guess that must be after Kevin Schwantz, huh?
Yeah.
The McLean's is the top of that where you were just
Yes, that's right. And then you continue to go uphill till you get to Coppice, yeah.
Coppice, Dunlop Straight. Roberts, Fogarty S's goes down into the Grand Prix course. And then Melbourne Hairpin.
So this is teammate at the minute. Wayne following Steve. Wayne's been very, very fast lately, hasn't he? He's been no slouch in the officials or in V8ESC.
He's improved immensely. I don't know if it has anything to do with going XVR, probably slightly, but he's really improved a lot.
Yeah. Oh, what happened there? Oh, we've got a bit of drama here now. So, this is what I saw the last time, was Johnny behind Tony. Johnny's got a mega amount of overspeed there. Bit of a hip check there from Johnny. Nothing. Yeah, let's have another go at that.
I'll tell you, I don't think that was horrible. I mean, I think he surprised him.
Yeah, so this is from Johnny's perspective. Roaring up behind Tony. I don't know whether he'd make that corner, but
it was very optimistic that he'd make it.
It was. I mean, you've got to take those chances, I suppose, but like Clyde usually says, the other driver's got to be compliant with it. What's your take, Clyde?
Well, first look, to me, it looks like a fair move from Johnny, and maybe trying to slow down. Johnny's gone a little bit wide, but then watching from Johnny's onboard, it did look as though he was trying to stick to that white line. To me, it's a racing incident. It's two cars going for the same piece of track, and unfortunately, Johnny came out second best.
Yeah. And Tony looked like he was waiting.
I think Tony had a slowdown.
Right, okay. Because he's dropped back now behind the other two XVR boys of Steve Lavallee and Wayne Sanderson.
Yeah, it looked like he was slowing. Yeah, okay, he had a slow down.
Was that Tyler Newitt overtaking Greg Carr then?
I'm not sure, but he
It
seems
was
to
like
be
an
pulling away
Exocet
from him.
missile, yeah. And Jamie Wilson's got Adam Wright to contend with now. On his charge back to the top of the pile.
Yeah, and Adam, we obviously see him have a fantastic drive in the VRA GTCC last Saturday.
Mm. Yeah, that was an eventful race, wasn't it? It was good. Oh, we've got a limping Justin Nair. Something's happened at
It's right there.
Goddard's.
Oh, yeah.
Brake bias.
He's not hit anything, so just lost the momentum, that's all.
Yeah, and put a lot of heat into the tyres. Oh, and a slow down for Jamie.
He's behind Adam.
Oh,
Mm,
Adam caught it.
Jamie didn't.
Yeah,
Opportunistic.
very. Not too dissimilar to what we saw from Tony and...
Nice bit of rally driving there by Jamie.
Yeah, this is the onboard. Oh, that gap was always going to close, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's hope he's not carrying too much damage, or either of them aren't carrying too much damage after that.
So that's Tony behind Wayne and Steve. So there's a couple of comments on the chat, and I've got to agree, Tony's car looks really loose.
Yeah, it seems to plough through the corners, so it looks like he's got like understeer or something going on.
So we are coming up on halfway. This is Johnny Brandon trying to get past Greg Carr.
Thought better of that one.
Your top five as we run at the moment are Marco Namela, who's got an 8-second gap over Steve Lavallee, and then Wayne Sanderson, then Tony Kloosterman, and then Ryan Walker. So that should be Johnny Brandon past Greg. Greg's fighting it back.
He is. Johnny got a bit of wheel spin leaving the last corner
Yeah.
at Melbourne. He should be alright around the outside of Goddard's though, because you end up getting on the gas earlier than the guy on the inside. All you do is stay right here and the next corner's yours.
Tyler Newitt will possibly just let Johnny go.
Probable.
So Johnny's next battle will be Brian Crawls.
Well,
So-
Greg Carr just didn't want to let him go, did he?
No. Oh, that's a nudge and a half. Wayne Sanderson and Tony.
All on Tony.
Whoa. That looked a little dicey.
It did. Neither Wayne nor Tony lost any positions in that exchange, but
This is going to be that all race battle, these two.
yeah.
They've been
Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Maybe the next 5 seconds, pal.
Keep it on the grey bit. Well, they've been together from the start, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's what's fun about this game. There's always, seems like there's a couple groups like that. Have you ever noticed that? It seems like every race you got a little pocket of guys that are with each other the whole race.
It used to be Jamie and Wayne for most of the races we had in one season, wasn't it?
I know, that was
I miss those days.
that was amazing. I tell you. Boy, Nikolai sure not giving up, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's got a good run here, but he's gone to the wrong side of Ben's car.
I think Ben was ready to cover that.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Yeah.
And here we go with Tony and Wayne version 2. And Ryan Walker's catching these two.
I'm telling you, he's doing great.
Yeah, well, he nearly got past Tony when Tony had that accident with Wayne.
Right.
So he's just hanging in there.
Ooh, Johnny Brandon in the background got absolutely wild.
Oh, and he knocked into the wall too. He's
Yeah.
backing up. Didn't hit it too hard.
Yeah, I think his car just got really light on one side and flicked round. Got bouncy going over that second curb.
Yeah, that's I've not seen that.
Oh yeah, woo.
There's a bit of ploughing on the way out of the...
Just a little kiss.
yeah, that won't have done anything.
No, I don't think he'd have got anything serious from that.
No. But he'll be glad that I spotted it, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good drive out of that corner from Nikolai.
Yeah, look at that.
Come off the gas to take that a little shallower so he can do this one faster. But there's still going to be a Ben Cullen right in his driving line.
A quick section down through here.
Yeah. You've got to be utterly reliant upon your car gripping up, because if it doesn't,
For sure.
you're going to disappear. And when you go off track at Donington, you go way off track. There's massive...
Drone cam.
Yeah, drone cam.
Yeah, this is a track that I've found that you have to really work on setting up an overtake.
Yes. Taking it wide into a previous corner to get a massive run on a straight, yeah. Or make people drive defensive so that they end up doing a slower lap than you. I mean, you want to double back here, which is what Nikolai's attempted, but he's not executed it particularly well.
Yeah, I think he slowed it down too much, didn't he?
Yeah, you want to overshoot the end of that corner, then turn it almost on a sixpence and fire it up the hill.
I think he was trying to cross over there, but that didn't work.
Yeah. Squirrely coming out of Goddard's as well.
Put your ice skates on. Here we go. Yeah, I really like the English circuits. They have names for their corners instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Jeez.
Most of them have got funny stories associated with them as well.
I'm sure.
Like Bumhole.
Like Bumhole and Knickerbrook.
It's that hot here in Costa del Norfolk. I've just had to put my aircon on. Oh, what's Ben done here?
That's wide. He's vanished off my screen.
Yeah, he vanished off mine. Okay.
Right, okay, there it is. So that was a freebie for Nikolai.
Yeah. The pressure told. Can Ben chase him down? He's got.
I think he's struggling on his fronts.
What were you mentioning before, Pete, about that corner? How you can go off there so easily?
Which one? Old hairpin,
hairpin.
yes. And that's an example of it. Yeah, You're right. Carry too much speed in and on hot tyres and you're a goner.
Yep.
And it does the same thing on cold tyres, but then hot tyres usually propel you on the inside of the corner, which is where Wayne was aiming at.
Yeah.
It looks it's as if these two have swapped cars. Tony's now looks like it's on rails, and Wayne's wagging the tail all over the place.
Maybe we'll see that in the feature race. Maybe Tony's car is set up for longer distances, and maybe the fronts have taken a long time to come in because he was terribly understeery at the start of the race. Kind of still is.
He's still logging it.
Yeah. Needs to get that front end tightened.
It does look like it's plowing out of that corner.
Yeah. And you don't really want that at Donington. There are circuits where that benefits you, but this one, all you're going to do is heat up the tyres.
I believe Tony likes to set up his car loose, you know, and
Right.
it doesn't appear to be loose.
Oh.
Just a crispy bacon. This is a 30-minute sprint race, so there will be nothing pit stop wise, but it will be a one-stopper in the next one.
That's awful what Chris Jackson's done to his child, isn't he? He's glued his girl to the TV screen.
Terrible, isn't it?
That's cruelty right there.
Child abuse.
Yeah.
I just looked at the picture. Chris Jackson's daughter is a spitting image of Chris Jackson.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I feel sorry for her at the moment.
She got a
She'll
beard.
grow out of it.
She got a beard.
Yeah.
Jamie Wilson's attempting to make the old hairpin wider than it is.
Yeah, he's back on Adam Wright again. Oh, Adam Wright. That's a wide line going through there, but it worked. So, I'll show up. Someone else who's in this race, I'll just surprise you both by saying that Marco Namela is actually on this track.
Is he here?
Lies. Yeah.
Oh my.
He's currently 13 seconds in the lead over Steve LaValle in second, who has Wayne Sanderson in third, about 3 seconds behind him. And then, of course, these two. There's been all sorts going on here, and there may continue to be. Look at the way Tony attacks that corner. That's vicious, isn't it? Old hairpin and then up here.
Wayne's always loose coming out of there as well.
Right. Maybe that's what's causing some of these incidents. Maybe it's cars getting loose in different places and it's
he's got a wiggle
unexpected.
there as well.
Yeah, his tyres look very tired on Wayne's car. And you're right, Tony's look better. The handling of the car, the setup of the car is loose and still understeery from Tony. He's probably carrying a bit of damage from the various little bumps and dinks he's picked up along the way.
Yeah, or maybe the conditions are different to what Tony expected. He normally drives a car on rails, doesn't he?
Yes. Yeah. Are these two part of the same racing team? As in Simability, the same Simability team?
They're the same NQR team, yes.
Right. Just they've got different coloured green and stuff.
Actually, no, they might not be.
Or do we still have a Team GC?
No, I think they are, yes. Sure they are, in fact.
Right.
I think you've got Chris, Tony and Jamie in the A.
Yeah.
And you've got Ant, Greg and Gary in the B team.
Right. Jamie Wilson's trying to thread the needle on the inside of Redgate, and he's might manage. No, maybe not. Doors shut. Not today, thanks.
That's a close battle. Right,
he's giving it away.
He has. Freebie for Mr. Wilson. Oh, and for Mr. Brandon.
Did he just go wide there?
Yeah, he did.
I see the aftermath of it. I see him in the grass.
Yeah, he did the same as Ben Cullen, just ploughed it on, carrying too much speed into Old Hairpin.
I don't want to wish these guys any bad luck, but I'm glad to see that. I always seem to go off there for some reason. some reasons you're driving too fast, old man.
Yeah.
It's easy. Oh, there he is. My golly, what racetrack's he racing today?
I knew he was in here.
Is he testing somewhere today or what? Boy, I can't believe the lead he's got. Wow.
I know. Finally, RKE gets some screen time.
Boy, he uses all the track too. Incredible how close he is to the edge.
Yep. So he's now got 14.5 seconds over Steve Lavalley. And then another 3 seconds back to Wayne Sanderson. And then nothing at all to Tony Kloosterman. Ryan Walker, that's a good result, isn't it? 5th. Brian Crowell's in 6th at the moment. 7th is Tyler Newitt. 8th is Greg Carr. Ant Woodward in 9th. And Jamie Wilson's got himself into the top 10 finally. And back where he started. So he's at his start position. First time he was up a ladder. Yeah. First time he was up a ladder, he was down a well.
I'm waiting to listen to Marco's interview and tell us he made a lot of mistakes today.
Yeah, right. Words.
Yeah. With hand gestures.
Yeah, Marco Reichenel.
It's funny on the broadcast today. Say hello, Marco. Anyway, hello.
Yeah, that was funny when Sam said that. Feel like we're listening to Kimi Räikkönen. It's true.
So we got a minute and a half left.
Yeah, we're watching Marco Namela from his passenger seat, throwing it through the curves here. Very, very.
Going to be far off another lap.
Oh right, that might throw some other people off in terms of fuel, but unlikely, isn't it, for a sprint? Well, not a sprint, but a mid-length race.
Pretty perfect line right there, huh? Wow.
Yeah. It's all very controlled. Is that Ivan Bauman in front of him?
Yeah.
So he's not that far off lapping a car.
I'm curious to see him go through this hairpin.
He's going to start another lap.
So we get the joy of another Namela lap. Got to be so careful on the gas getting out of loads of these corners in this car, haven't you?
Yeah. That's impressive, I gotta say.
Here we go.
This is Greg and Ant.
It is. At the minute. Oh, hang on. This is a replay.
It's going to get past, so yeah.
Yeah, Greg straight line Goddard's.
Whoops.
He's not letting it go, is he? He's proper throwing it through these corners.
On those NQR cards, if one wasn't a Hold and the other one a Mustang, I think I was looking at double vision there for a minute.
Yeah. There's something happened between Tony and Wayne. They seem to have a lot of air between them now on the timing screens. Or are we going to watch? Oh, hang on, what's going on here?
Johnny trying to get some more points.
Yep. There goes Marco. Round Goddard's, I think he's at, looking at the screen.
Yeah. He's on at the start-finish straight.
Congratulations, Marco Namela. Usually does a little wiggle going across the line. Don't know whether we'll see that today. No,
flashy lights.
Yeah, a little flashy lighty, and that's it.
Impressive drive.
Yeah, very commanding.
So Greg Carr trying to hold off Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, he's already lost one position to Ant Woodward, obviously, with his Oh, Johnny Brandon's going to capitalise here. I don't reckon he's going to get both of these.
No, I don't think he'll get Greg.
No? He's going to certainly try to. Oh. Greg's really covered that off.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on? And Johnny shuffled to the back, and Jamie's going to have this.
Jamie's going to...
No, he's not. Is he? Oh, what's this?
at that.
who won. I don't know who got it. I think it was
I
Greg.
think Greg Carr got it.
Greg by a couple inches.
Well, that
Wow.
was brilliant, wasn't it?
Greg Carr by 17/100ths.
Whoa.
Good man. Wow. That was terrific. That was a surprise.
I'm not gonna do that very often, but I'm gonna do
A what? A poo?
no. Yeah, sorry. I was doing two things at the same time. Alpha to finish.
Right. Let's just save the replay and get ready to get set up.
Amazing.
I've got to try and remember to add Richard Allsop to the session.
Oh, right. We got another arcade driver in.
Well, he did put a message up to say that
All right. Good man.
he was doing the updates. So,
Oh, you can't get any closer than this. Jamie's actually a little faster here, but he just can't get across the line quick enough.
Boy, that is close.
Oh,
Wow.
Here we go.
By a
chaps.
spoiler.
that's crazy close, that.
Yeah.
By an air dam.
So we've got a few minutes to the next race, haven't we, Clyde? Because that race has got to be set up.
yeah, I'm just going to set it up now.
Right, I'll go through the finishing order.
Yeah, and then we need Sam to do the
Spinny wheel.
reverse grid wheel.
So your race winner for race one, round 9. Sorry, let me get it right. Is Marco Namela. Congratulations to Marco. In second is Steve LaValle. Wayne Sanderson got third. Tony Klusterman in fourth. Ryan Walker in fifth. Brian Crawls in sixth. Seventh was Tyler Newitt. Eighth was Ant Woodward. Greg Carr got home ninth. And rounding out the top 10 was Jamie Wilson. Johnny Brandon very nearly ended up a lot of positions higher than he was, but he ended up 11th. 12th was Adam Wright. 13th was Nikolai Bogatyrov. Ben Cullen ended up 14th. 15th was Justin Nair. 16th was Ivan Baumann. So that was ridiculously exciting at the end of that race, and all the way through, Bill.
Yeah, it really was. A lot of little infighting there. It really worked out well. Had a couple little incidents there, unfortunately, but they were racing deals, and but you don't always feel that way when you're on the wrong end. So
No.
hopefully everybody feels okay, and we'll move on to the feature.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking
the
of which,
spinny wheels up.
spinny wheels up. So are you going to do your little intro, Sam?
Yep. Let's go
You're
for
not
a
going
wheel
to sing
spin.
this time, are you?
Here we go. Where's it going to stop? Apparently it's charging the light brigade. 20.
Plus 20
20.
plus 2.
That's everybody.
That's
Everybody
full
apart
grid.
from
Ivan was Ivan was a lap down.
Ivan's got to stay in the back. Poor guy.
So and poor Justin is on pole.
Whoa. That's a steep learning curve when you get stuck there with all the people trying to run over the top of you.
Yep, no pressure.
Not at all, no.
Right, I'm going to quit out of the session that I'm in.
That's right. We got to get out of this.
Yeah. And wait for Clyde to give us the green light on the next race. I don't think that will leave us the ding dongs between Tony and Johnny. Do you, Bill?
Well,
We've seen it before in previous.
yeah, that's
reasons.
a little bit of a little more than a rivalry once in a while, but it's good hard race, and I don't think either one of them did anything really awfully wrong. Well, I'll tell you, Johnny made a few more mistakes than I'm used to seeing him make today in that first race. I'll tell you.
Who's that,
You
Johnny?
very seldom. Yeah, you very seldom see him sliding off and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's pretty exacting. So that kind of
Yeah,
caught me off guard there a little bit.
the move on Tony, where was it? At McLean's.
Yeah, yep.
That it was unexpected, which you want to do because that's how you overtake people, isn't it?
Exactly.
But you've got to be prepared, I think, for the other car to not expect it. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But I know what I mean. If you've been touring around behind and doing feints here and there, they expect feints, and then you do not a dive bomb, but you do an unexpected overtake attempt, and it may end up in tears. And I think that's what's happened there, to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm not part of the what are they called? The stewards. The stewards.
Living people?
Yeah, living people, yeah. I'm not part of them.
That walk the earth, you mean?
Yeah, those. I hate you both. But anyway. And then I think a lot of the other incidents were possibly because of the damage. Because it wasn't a light tap. It was door to door. But I think he'll have taken on some damage at that point and then possibly taken on some more.
Well, it was an exciting surprise type of move, but it was a little optimistic. It seemed a little bit late, because by the time he got through there, like you could tell we were interior with him, and he was having a tendency to like oversteer. You knew he was out of control right there, and he went off the other side. It's really too bad, but
Chris is just. Oh right, nice one. Chris has just said on the chat that Tony had a slowdown at the same time.
That's right. Yeah, we saw him cruising.
I thought he'd picked up the slowdown as a result of what happened, but no. So we're gonna have to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
I've got this UI thing all sorted out now.
Yeah.
So you're up, huh?
Session's launched.
Cool.
So we should see a very, very interesting start to the next race.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that Richard Alsop has got everything updated and he can make it. Oh, hang on. Somebody's having issues. But I think we've lost Ben Cullen because his fire alarm has just gone off.
Jeez. Hope it's not real.
Richard's at 76%. Oh, he might not make it.
Meanwhile, we'll just watch Sam doing all his widgets and.
Evening to Andrew Hoffman, who's on a mega trip across Australia at the moment. From what I was seeing in the chat, I have no idea what Sam's doing. I don't think Sam knows either.
Yeah, I have something's weird.
It was a beast of a download this week, wasn't it? So Richard's going to be up against it to get that done.
Yeah, it's not so much. Well, my PC anyway. Mine's quite modern. It's not the time it takes to do the download.
It's the file replacement.
Installation just takes forever.
Yep, deleting files and replacing them just seems to go on forever.
Yeah, when it says you got a 5-minute download, you watch it and you go, "Oh, that's not too bad." But by the time that gets done, like you said, then it's all the transferring and all that stuff. Wow.
Yep.
And then they did a hot fix, didn't they? And then I think tomorrow, is it tomorrow?
They'll do the hot fix for the hot
fix coming up.
Brian Kroll's just said he's unable to.
No, sorry, you have sorted him.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Okay, back up and working.
Tremendous. Great news.
You're a magician.
He's at 80%. You got 4.5 minutes, Richard.
I'm willing to put money on this one.
Try and join the session, Chris. I don't know if you're. You might be able to.
His boss just got home.
I can't add you now, but if it's available to you, then you can join. And good evening, Mary. Just to let you know, Chris has been neglecting the children and watching us instead.
And glued one to the TV screen.
Yeah, he also glued your daughter to the TV screen as well. With Gorilla Glue.
And that stuff's brilliant and it doesn't come off.
Oh, it's ace, isn't it?
Yeah.
I glued my finger to the fish tank accidentally. Obviously, I didn't do it on purpose. So they've got a 10-minute warm-up, and then this is a 60-minute race, what we call a feature race. Points on the table are double to what they were in the sprint race. There will be a pit stop, and obviously we've got our reverse grid as well. But luckily for the likes of Tony and Johnny and obviously Marco, it's not a massive grid, so they haven't got that many cars to get through. So they can possibly be a little bit more patient, Pete, rather than just charging their way through, getting into an accident and game over.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I think that they're going to be racing each other whilst passing cars, if that makes sense. They're not going to be necessarily patient because it's a long race and they've got time to do it. They're going to nail it because they want to get to the front. Because we saw it in the last race, track position is king. You don't want to lose that because it makes it infinitely more difficult to get to the front, doesn't it? I think it'll be quite a dramatic start, I reckon. This track's good for doing starts on reverse grids, though. It's reasonably wide in the places you want it to be wide. And as long as everybody does what they are supposed to and joins the racing line through the tight bits, then it can be quite safe. It's not like we've got a fast straight leading into a very, very slow corner, which often causes people a lot of dramas.
Yeah, I think the cold tyres cause more problems on this track than anything else for the starts.
Old Hairpin may end up being a bit of a car park for a little while.
Yeah, the start-finish can be tricky because the front of the grid tends to be going uphill and the back of the grid is going downhill.
That's true, yeah.
So I don't know if we'll see anybody get caught out creeping on the grid.
You would think, though, that with the experience of the fast guys that we have in this field and how long we've been running these seasons, that they'll understand that the cars in front of them are not going to launch at the same level that they are, and certainly not going to take turn one at the speeds that they can. So you would think that common sense would prevail for the really fast guys. It just depends whether the midfield make a hash of it and end up bumping each other off the track.
Yeah, and that is obviously where the fast guys can get caught out. Is they're at the back. There's an accident in front of them, and as we've seen, Johnny Brandon last season, didn't really matter which way he went, he would be involved in the accident.
Yeah.
And this season, or especially at the start of the season, it went the other way, didn't it?
Yeah.
Whichever way he turned, the accident was the other side. So
yeah, it was like Moses, wasn't it? It just parted for him.
Yeah, it can be, tricky sometimes. But the key is getting a good start, because you can win and lose a lot of positions off of the start line. Then keeping your nose clean for a couple of laps, get your tyres up to temp, get your tyres up to pressure, and then start picking your battles. Now, the faster guys in this series, I know they're not all here tonight, but in general, they tend to do that, apart from, as Pete says, when they are very close together on track. And then sometimes the green mist takes over, and they're more interested in racing each other than picking their way through the field. It looks like Richard Alsop is going to miss out by about 3% on his update.
He's going to struggle either way, isn't he? He's got to load the session yet, even if he does get through. No qualifying for this one, so we're going to be straight into race conditions. And that was the end of the practice session. It
certainly was. So, your grid for race 2 feature race: Justin Naya on pole, Nikolai Bogotyrev second, Adam Wright third, Johnny Brandon fourth, Jamie Wilson fifth, Greg Carr sixth, and Woodward seventh. 8th is Tyler Newitt, 9th is Brian Crawls, 10th is Ryan Walker, 11th is Tony Kloosterman, 12th is Wayne Sanderson. In 13th is Steve Lavalley, 14th Marco Namela, 15th goes Ivan Bowmans, and Chris Jackson got in the session and he goes off last. And evening to Alan Toon. Okay, lights are coming on. And they didn't get held at all again.
No, that was super quick, that. Justin's got a lot of wheel spin. He's about to get mugged by half the field.
There was I don't know if it was a Lavalley.
Oh, there's white cars everywhere.
Whoa!
We went through a little time warp. Oh, that's a very second-hand Greg Carr. I'm not sure what the cause of all of that was necessarily.
No, let's get this first lap in the bag and then we'll go back and have a look if we can. I see it's either Wayne or
look how far forward Tony is already.
Could have been Steve Lavalley got pushed off wide.
Yeah. Tony's already up to about 5th. And Johnny Brandon is trying to check out here, and wow, he's got about 10 car lengths already.
So that must have been everybody in front of Johnny that went off.
Well, Johnny was quite a way up the field anyway, wasn't he? Because he finished 11th.
He finished I think he started 5th.
Right. I mean, yeah, he's done.
Now he's first.
Yeah, I think did he start on the second row? I think he started 4th and nailed it through the middle of the field. Tony's definitely making his way through in quick order. He's already up to 3rd. Justin Naya, who was our pole man, is down in 12th at the moment. I don't know whether he's got damage from all of that as well. I think he was on the inside, so I think he'll have been relatively damage-free, I think.
Good battle, Tony and Brian.
Oh, Ivan Bauman on brakes again.
No, that was Brian Crawls.
Brian Crawls. Sorry, got the wrong car. Apologies.
Oh, you missed the fence too. That
Resignation's coming in. Oh, what's he doing here?
I was just going to say, that's a fantastic battle. They're door to door around all these corners, and then it looked like he stamped on the brakes too hard, maybe?
I don't know what happened. Maybe he had a tyre off on the grass and he didn't realise or something. There's going to be a lot of replays, folks. Jamie Wilson again trying to thread his way through a very busy field. His car looks untouched, as does, I think that's Marco behind him.
Yeah, Marco's been very patient.
Well, he won the last race by 14.5 seconds. He's just overtaken 3 cars in one corner if he makes this work. That's got to be overtake of the century, right? That was 3 cars. No, it wasn't. He's not had this one. Not had Steve Lavalley just yet. Jamie's trying to follow him around that corner.
Tony Kloosterman's now in 2nd.
Yeah, I didn't see that happen, but
the gap is 2.2 to Johnny Brandon, so we'll keep an eye on that. Sanderson and Wilson going side by side. Greg Carr looking to pick up the pieces.
And right behind him.
Right
behind him is Chris Jackson.
So insider knowledge says first pit stop could be as early as lap 17. So we've got a lot of this before some of these damaged cars can get in and fix some of this damage that they picked up. We're only on lap 3, so a long way to go before you can put new shoes and a shiny new shell on your car. I mean, is that Greg Carr's car just back there? That looks absolutely mullered, doesn't it?
Yeah. Big lock up there from Chris Jackson.
Yeah. Well, he was fast in that other practice session, so you'd expect him to win the race. Wait for it all to calm down and then have a look at the start. It was a bit of mayhem at the first turn, it has to be said, but sorted itself out since.
It's like the 3 cars in front of Johnny all went off.
I think it was everything behind Johnny Brandon.
Right. Okay. We'll have a look.
By the time Johnny got to the second half of turn 1, he was in second place. Everything happened behind him, and I think it was what I unfortunately predicted. The mid-pack caused the pileup. Obviously, we'll have a look and see what happened eventually.
You're a member of that mid-pack.
Say again?
You're a member of that mid-pack, guys. You know.
Yeah, I used to be part of it. Then I became worse as time went on and became part of the back of the pack.
Well, you know. Those of us that can't do, what do we do? Broadcast, right?
Yeah, do right. It's for everyone's health and safety that I'm this side of the microphone.
I was wondering if you noticed, Pete, that we have the Jamie Wilson, Wayne Sanderson show there.
It's about to happen, isn't it? Steve Lavalley just overtakes Ant Woodward, and Wayne Sanderson tries to capitalise at the same time. I think that was a bit of a door bang between them two.
Yeah, I don't think they realised they were that close to each other. All of a sudden, it was a little pop, like.
Yeah. And then
definitely not intentional.
No. Just a bit of rubbing. Jamie Wilson very much on the back of this group, and who's that just behind them? Is that Chris Jackson coming through?
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes that's not even contact. That's just you suddenly see movement at the corner of your eye, and your natural reaction is to steer away from it.
Yeah, it's like a whoa.
I can't see any damage on the cars. I think it was exactly as Klaus just said. Brian crawls on the back of Nikolai. Oh, Tony's got a slowdown.
Tony's, it does, yeah.
So that puts him into third behind Tyler. He must have cut the corner at the top of the hill before Dunlop or something like that.
Well, I was going to say that the gap isn't changing. I looked up and it was 2.2, and then I looked up again, it was 2.9.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Brian's made that move stick at Melbourne. And Ryan Walker, is that? Yeah, Ryan Walker's having a sniff at the back of Nikolai Bogatyrov's car. He's trying to do the cutback, but he's on the wrong side of Nikolai, really, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
He needs a lot more overspeed than he's got to do that.
I wonder how Chris Jackson can have his running lights on. That's interesting.
Yeah, he can set your lights to on, I think.
It's not his headlights, though. There's a little tiny little things. So, can you see him at the end of his grill, like, kind of? Little tiny circular thing.
I think that's just the way that the bulb comes through on that.
Oh, maybe. Okay. His car looks far too clean. He hasn't been in any shake-ups yet.
It's not a normal Chris Jackson car, is it?
Good thing he
wheels and a brick by now, isn't it?
Good thing you don't live near him. He could hurt you.
Yeah. You'd have to catch me first. I'm good for the first 20 meters.
Are you saying you can run faster scared than he can mad? Is that what
I
you're
think
saying?
so, yeah, I reckon.
All right.
I'll die after the first 20 meters. But that's just because my body will give up. Ooh, so, right. Yeah. Tony very nearly got past Tyler at Goddard's, but Tyler's managed to get out of that corner good and quick and keep Tony behind him.
Tyler's wagging the tail. Look at this knot of cars.
Yeah, this is what we came here to see.
Got the move down the inside of Jamie.
He has, but I think Jamie's going to carry the speed round and get out of that corner. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? You think, oh, I've got him on the inside. Oh, now where's he gone? You know, just carrying huge amounts of overspeed around the outside because you've still got traction around the outside of that corner. Oh, that's wild from Ant. Ooh, that was nearly a bit of blue on blue. Chris Jackson. You were? Green on green.
Drag cars having to go out now. They're a bit synchronised slide in there.
Yeah. Wait for a good replay, but he's made that move stick now. Brian Kroll's next on the Ant Woodward off my Christmas list.
He wants to have fun too.
Oh, Sam's doing a slow-mo.
Yeah, slow-mo of the synchronised slidage.
That wasn't the synchronised in slow motion, though.
No, it wasn't. Kind of ruined that, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's just going to show us pictures of the sky for the rest of it now. Oh, that's a big slide from Tyler. That's going to give Tony lots and lots of traction up the hill. But he's still going to be on the wrong side for Goddard, so you can go around the outside here, can't you?
Yeah.
And sometimes you benefit because you can get on the gas a bit earlier than the car on the inside.
You need to get your nose in front, and then, well, normally Tony would have been pulling across, but he's got Marco Namela up his chuff. So.
Yeah, look who's lurking behind.
So Tyler's lost 2 positions in one straight there, really. Marco's not waiting. Oh, that's not good. Tony's managed to miraculously catch that.
Wasn't that the Johnny Brandon move?
That was exactly the same, yes. In fact, same corner, same scenario, same everything. But this time, Marco managed to catch it. Tony also managed to catch it and didn't get a slowdown. Did that put Tyler back in front of both of them?
It did, yes.
Right, so they've got that bit of work to do again. And Johnny Brandon is slowly checking out here. He's got a 7-second lead over Tyler Newitt.
Yeah, Tyler unfortunately is the cork in the bottle, isn't he?
He appears to be. Yeah, he got done twice on the same straight, so you would say yeah, definitely.
To me, it looked like when Tony was running second, he was matching Johnny, but not catching him. Ryan Walker has pitted.
That's early. He's taking tires. Popped up. Someone's Canadian Crispy Bacon said that laugh is sinister. I don't know which of us he's talking about.
Yeah, so I was like, sorry. Yeah, so when Tony was running second, he was matching Johnny, but not catching Johnny.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, now that Marco is in front of Tony, if Marco can get past Tyler in a hurry, can he peg Johnny Brandon back?
Well, Tony is on fighting terms now with Wayne.
Well, Wayne's just done him, I think.
He has, yeah. So I think Tony's managed to get a slowdown somewhere. Or he's so heavily damaged.
Yeah.
that he's losing places as well. But his car, on the visuals of his car, and we know that that's not necessarily reflective of how the car handles and how much damage it's carrying necessarily, but it looks immaculate. It obviously can't be because it had a Marco Namela car.
There must be some damage on this right-hand side.
It didn't look like it. It looked like it was like a flat slap, if you know what I mean, from Marco's car. It doesn't look like he's carrying damage to me. There's obviously something going on though. Not that side, the other one.
Well, his last lap was a 31.
Here we go, we'll see it now. Oh, it's got some scrape marks, but
Yeah,
that's nothing
major, is it?
Cosmetic at best.
Like you say, it must have been a slowdown then.
Yeah, I think it was.
In the 29s this lap.
Yeah. And Chris Jackson making his way through. He's got one of those shadows under the Simability logo as well. Ah, right. So Tyler defending off a Marco Namela car.
Yeah, Marco needs to get this done. So, Johnny Brandon is 8 seconds up the road.
He's trying to do the cutback. He's right in the slipstream, and you get quite a lot of slipstream down this straight because it's downhill up until the very final bit where it goes back uphill again. And he's done that very, very cleanly and very, very controlled. No wheel spin, no slide.
Right, so 8.7 seconds. Let's keep an eye on that.
Oh, that's a bit wide from Brian. That's brought Nikolai right onto the rear of his car.
Yeah, he got it gathered up, didn't he?
He did, yeah, it was good that. We've got Jamie Wilson with Chris Jackson right behind him. Oh, and a slow move in. That's a lapped car, that is it? Oh, is that Justin? Oh, he's got the wrong game. This isn't Tokyo Drift.
Red car's got that massive damage.
Yeah, that's Justin Naya letting the field go. Nikolai
was exocet there.
He was. Justin had to get out of his way, actually. A bit of flashy lighty from Justin to say, what the hell was that?
A little bit of a kamikaze move there.
It was, wasn't it? If they're all going, so am I.
Yeah.
I'm getting through that tiny little
Yeah,
gap.
really.
You just run out of track, don't you?
Mm. Looks like Brian Crowles has got a fanboy in Joel V. I don't know who Joel V is, but welcome to the chat. Certainly sticking in there. He's behind Ant Woodward at the moment, right here. And these are all good points, aren't they? I mean, we're talking about 10th, 11th and 12th here, I think.
Yeah.
So, more than worth fighting for. Don't get too excited or aroused, Clyde. Ant's feet are on the screen again.
No, I don't know feet.
Must be just me then.
I really like that he tries to do that, like the real automobile, you know, with the heel and toe and clutching on downshifts and stuff. That's pretty unique, I'll tell you. You don't see that much.
No, and it's good. I mean, it's proper simulation, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I don't do that because I have no skill.
Too much work.
I don't do that because I've got no feet.
Yeah, some of the drivers in the real world use the left foot to brake as well in the V8.
Yeah, you do a lot of times. Yeah.
So
If you're not, yeah, true.
That's what
I'm a left foot braker in the sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I get in my car, which is an automatic, and I left foot brake and nearly go through the windscreen.
That's right, folks. So when you see Clyde driving past and there's teeth marks in his steering wheel, you now know why.
Or his teeth hanging on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So we're coming up on 19 minutes into the race. We currently have Johnny Brandon leading Marco Namela by a little under 8 seconds, so that has come down a little bit. With Tyler Newitt in third, Wayne Sanderson fourth, and Tony Kloosterman in fifth.
And Tony's about to become a victim of a Steve Lavallee, I think.
I think that damage, even though it doesn't look much, is possibly giving Tony more trouble than we think.
Yeah, and for every lap that he continues like this, he's losing a great deal of time, isn't he? But he can't pit yet because he would be pitting too soon for the fuel window.
Yeah.
Although Steve Lavallee just got a mega amount of wheel spin coming out.
Didn't he? Yeah. I think we can probably judge the pit stop window opening on Tony Kloosterman. I think he will be the first to blink.
And am I right in saying that we still haven't seen the replay of the start?
No, not yet.
And we have a new pairing, Steve. Steve. Yeah, I'm all right. We have a new Steve Levette. We have a new pairing, Pete. It's Jamie Wilson and Chris Jackson. They've been together for about 10 laps. Nose to tail.
Yeah. Well, another 5 laps and we'll start swapping the names about.
Yeah, I'm getting good at that, Pete.
Yeah.
Chris faking.
Yeah, that was just a hello, I'm here.
Yeah. Again. For the 9th lap.
I don't
to
think
the
really
start.
Jamie's.
Oh, here we go. Right,
Oh,
where did it
so-
all go wrong?
So Johnny's in fourth.
I don't think Johnny is anything to do with the incident. Jamie Wilson didn't get launched, but it's all behind Johnny, I think. I'm about to prove myself wrong, I'm pretty sure.
Nikolai was involved in it.
Nikolai got spun by Justin, but Johnny
There you go.
disappeared. But then there's all sorts of stuff going on behind them. That's not the only
but
incident.
No,
Yeah,
but it
nothing
was
to
the
do with
two in front of Johnny that came together.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
goes a bit further back, and I think it's Greg Carr we need to look at.
Well, I think they all reacted to the two guys that came together, Pete, on that
Well,
corner.
we'll probably see it now, because I think something goes on here with Greg.
Greg
He ends
ended
up-
up quite damaged, didn't he? So
Yeah, masses of it, and I don't know how, because he's on the outside. The damage was on
Greg's
the
car,
outside of his
okay.
car. Oh, that's how.
yeah, just a car in front of him, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Not much you could do there.
but from the damage observed on the front of his car, it was like he drove it into a mangle.
And Ryan Walker went shooting off there too to miss all of it, I guess.
Yeah. It wasn't quite as dramatic as I thought it was the
Me
start.
either. Looked a lot more violent than that, didn't it?
Yeah,
It's a nice little grouping for
I
it.
think a lot of it was cars bailing out onto the grass to try and avoid it, which they've done quite well, because Brian Crawls was one of them that was out in the wilderness, in the bush, with Andrew Hoffman probably
Yeah.
doing his epic drive. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure I spoke far too soon.
Adam Wright, Brian
Nikolai,
Crawls, and
and Brian.
Nikolai.
Yeah, Brian was, I think, making his way forward again, but is this somebody on the brakes here, or somebody not? It's not, is it? It's somebody not knowing where they are on track. Adam's drifted across the track.
Oh, we ran into Nikolai, yeah. Nikolai got in the back of Brian.
But Brian and Nikolai back racing again. Lots of scuff marks down the side of that Mustang now. Nearly said Falcon.
That's what it used to be.
Close.
But still wrong.
Yeah,
But
but
that's
then we're used to
accurate.
that.
You are?
It's accurate if you're wrong.
Yeah, figure that one out.
So Tony Klusterman appears to not have any answers for getting past anyone at the minute, does he? He's not pulling away from Steve either. So I think you're right. We're collectively correct. That damage is probably a lot worse than we're observing.
Yeah, he's not losing any more positions.
No.
But he's not
He looked like he was dropping like a stone at one point. But
Yeah, I mean, he did a 1:28.3, which was faster than everybody else apart from Johnny Brandon last lap, I think. No, that's his best lap, sorry. Talking out of my hole. His lap times are competitive with the people he's racing against, but not compared to the people at the front of the field.
So this is lap 17, so we may get some pit stops.
Jamie Wilson threatening Steve LaValle. Huh.
Well, I think we'll see Tony Klusterman pit, surely. We might see the Nemela effect take effect.
Greg Carr.
Although Johnny Brandon, the gap has come down a bit more now. He's under 7 seconds now. So I don't know what decision Marco will come with. He's got a free track in front of him, hasn't he? Free air, rather. Well, on board with Jamie Wilson in the inset picture at the moment.
Chris Jackson did the move on.
Got a
Jamie
slow
looks like
down.
he got a slow down.
Jamie got a slow down, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Certainly did.
Where are they picking these slowdowns up from?
I don't know. He was gaining on Steve LaValle. I didn't see him do anything wrong, but he must have gone off track somewhere.
I swear Jamie's listening to us and he just nodded his head. So I think we'll see a couple of NQR cars pit this lap for damage and get themselves some new shoes, etc. Although Johnny Brandon continues to lead the race.
Yes, Ant Woodward and Greg Carr have made their own little race. They've been racing each other the whole time.
Yeah, and you do get some very dramatic and exciting mid-pack racing, don't you, in this league?
Yes, you do.
I think Marco is slowly pulling Johnny in, but not anywhere near quick enough at the moment.
No.
Yeah.
So do you think we'll see him pit shortly? Nobody's pitted yet, which surprises me because I thought Tony had been in to repair whatever damage he's carrying, if indeed that is the issue.
I think if I was Johnny, I would just keep running until Marco pits and then pit.
Yeah, sorry, did a bit of... and then Marco's gone scenic route round Melbourne.
Johnny's car was getting a little tail happy there, too.
It was wildly out of place, wasn't it? And Marco's pitting. Now, that'll probably start a wave of other cars coming in, I expect.
Yeah, okay, yep. Wow.
Although, once we did see all the XVR boys put two fingers up to all that, didn't we? And they all carried on. So Jamie Wilson's followed Marco into the pits.
Yeah, I would just expect Johnny to cover that off.
You would think so.
He's got free track in front of him, though, so is it a disadvantage?
Yeah, well, I don't know. If Marco's banging in quick laps when he comes out, he's going to be eking into that 6.5 second gap.
Yeah. I think Marco's just been reminded of how bumpy pit lane is at Donington. His car was pitching up and down.
Looked like a horsey.
Oh, Justin's coming at the wrong time here for Marco. Oh no, that's just worked out right for Marco.
So, Marco's got clear track.
Yeah. So we'll have to keep an eye on these lap times now. Once he's got his outlap out of the way and his tyres come up to temperature.
So
Meanwhile,
he comes in.
I don't think he will. I think you're right. He's gonna. Oh, I'm so wrong.
He's
I give up.
covering him off.
He has to come in. It's a mistake not to. Good call, Clyde.
Cheers, Steve. Tony Kloosterman and Chris Jackson diving in.
Yep.
There's the bumps.
Yeah. The dramatic
It's
on the
not
replay.
actually quite that bad, but
It's pretty bumpy, but
it
yeah.
is bumpy, but it's not that bad.
Whoa! Greg Carr almost spun coming into pit road there.
Who was that?
Greg Carr.
Ah, right. Yeah, he's got a lot of damage to repair, hasn't he? Because he hit Justin's car quite hard.
Yeah, maybe Wayne is going for the point for the lap sled.
Oh,
Yeah,
he could be,
definitely.
couldn't he? Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And why wouldn't you?
There's 3 points to gain there.
Yep. And he's got 3 seconds back to his own teammate, Tyler Newitt.
Oh, Chris Jackson beat Tony out of the pits. I'll be darned.
He might not have been able to see the time on screen with one of his children glued to it.
And I think Johnny Brandon has gained 5 seconds in that pit stop over Marco Romano.
Yeah,
Wow.
pit
Yes.
stop time,
Oh my God,
standing
yes as well.
time
Whoa.
is 27.6 for Johnny and 27.2 for Marco, but pit lane time is 49.7 for Johnny and 53.9 for Marco.
Yeah.
Huh.
Eh?
Wow, that's interesting.
That's not a difference in taking tyres or not taking tyres, is it? Unless you just took the fronts or the rears.
Now the
Hmm,
difference is in the pit entry and pit exit.
Right, well that's massive then.
Yeah.
5 seconds though. That's enough time to stop, get a cup of tea, drink it, and then carry on.
Well, the 3 XVR runners that stayed out have now come in, so that's left Brian Crawls leading the race. And Johnny Brandon's going to have about a 10-second lead, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be bizarre, isn't it? I don't really know what's happened there. We're going to have to watch Marco Namela's pit stop and figure out what he did wrong.
Chris Jackson's got himself up into 4th.
Yeah, he just went by Steve LaValle.
On board with Marco Namela. Comes out. Oh, there we go. Right, not seen anything wrong yet. Oh, eh? Oh, what's going on here?
When have we got a speeding?
Mrs.
'cause
Pit
he-
stall.
He
Missed his
used to
pit
be
stall.
at the other end of the pit lane.
Oh,
isn't
he
he?
missed the pit stall. Okay.
Right. Okay, that's answered everybody.
Yep.
Clears up that little mystery.
Thanks, Sam. Lock up from Chris Jackson in front. Not a dramatic one, but enough to create a bit of smoke.
Yeah, Chris Jackson could get a podium finish here.
Let's see who's in front of him.
Wayne Sanderson. Yeah, he's not that
yeah.
far up the road.
No, and Brian Crawls
Second.
still has to pit yet, so he'll fall back behind all of these guys.
Oh, yeah, so that puts Chris Jackson on the podium.
Yes.
So
I thought that's
he
what you
could
were
get-
meaning.
No,
sorry.
no, sorry. He could get second.
Well, they'll have to
Um,
nerf Johnny or Marco out the way to do that, but yeah.
For now, crazy 4th.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has to get by Wayne to get on the podium. But I don't think he can get Marco.
No, I think the lap times that Marco's putting in are just well, I don't know. Well, it's hard to tell, isn't it? I think is Chris on an out lap? I don't know.
No, he's been out more than one lap.
129.8 versus 128.17. That's
Jamie
what I'm looking at.
Wilson going wide,
Good.
kicking up the dust.
Oh yeah, is he going to save it or not?
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Gathered it
there's
up pretty well.
Brian's handed the lead back to Johnny Brandon. That was the most enthusiastic left turn into a pit box I've ever seen from Brian Krolls.
So gap is 9.6 seconds.
Has that come down already? Because I'm sure it was about 10.1 or something.
It was pretty much bang on 11
Right.
when Johnny exited the pits and got up to speed.
Okay. So he's got half an hour to get it done, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's 26 minutes left in this race.
This is a frantic bit of racing right here.
Well, these
Greg
two, as Bill
chasing
said,
Ant.
they've been together for the whole race, these two.
Greg's now got a less damaged car.
Yeah, there they are, the Silver Dust twins.
Crispy Bacon's asked, would short fueling in this race be a benefit? Personally, I don't think so. This car has got so much power over the rear wheels that people like to run it heavy to try and give you a bit more traction.
I can't even drive it when it's under fuel.
Yeah.
I just can't. The weight is everything for the traction on the rear wheels. Why is it that Greg Carr's car has been in pits and he's not fixed all the damage?
Has he got some more damage since he's been out?
Well, it's in exactly the same place. That's a bit strange, isn't it?
Maybe he opted out not to have it.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, maybe it's driving okay. Maybe it just looks ugly.
Yeah, true. It's fixed some of it, but some of it is still a bit creased in. Maybe it's just what we're seeing, because that's not always accurate, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's wide from Ant. He's about to give that up.
Yeah, he didn't have much choice there, did he?
No. That was old hairpin. Catching him out, as it has done many people in these two races.
It's a brilliant circuit, I gotta say. It really is.
It is, isn't it? When you're on your own driving around here, every corner's a drama. It's great fun.
It's a wonderful looking place. Definitely on my bucket list, I can tell you.
Well, it's about equidistant from mine and Clyde's houses, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours for me.
About
Two and a bit.
2.5 for
And
me.
what direction is it? North from you, Clyde?
Yeah.
And very south from me.
Northwest.
Northwest, that's right. Okay, northeast would be in the ocean, right?
Yeah,
I forgot.
'cause I'm on the arse of Britain.
He is as well.
Everything is west.
Nothing wrong with that, buddy.
If you draw a toilet underneath East Anglia, it looks appropriate to the country.
You're terrible. I thought it was a pretty nice area where he lived. I kind of liked it up there.
As long as you like it flat.
Well,
What's wrong with flat? So Alan's 10 minutes from Donington. I think Alan is in Nottingham. I think I might have seen somewhere.
All right, you sat on the
I wonder,
doorstep.
I wonder who the sheriff is. Sheriff of nothing.
So that gap is still coming down very, very slowly.
Yes, it is. It's too slow though at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, he's nearly half a second on the last lap.
Now this,
And then this lap that they've just done, there was a tenth in it.
Yeah, that's nowhere near enough.
No.
He needs to put his foot down a bit.
and Chris Jackson.
Chris Jackson has pitted again.
Yeah, I think he's only got so much time that Mary will let him race for.
Ah, right. Or perhaps his daughter's come unstuck from the TV.
Probably fallen off. Yeah, it's probably a new health risk.
Yeah, Chris Jackson has disconnected, so Mary has put her foot down.
Yeah, he's going to
Chris
get
is in
locked in the
trouble.
cupboard under the stairs
All right,
again.
Chris, time's up. That's it.
Yeah, well, I think Chris said, Mary, I'm glad you're home. I'm busting for a poo. And she's caught him.
Yeah. Although it takes real effort to put a rig in a toilet.
Ben Collins done it.
Has he?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Does, doesn't it?
I thought he lived in one of those transport containers.
However, if you're going to do like an Indy 500, a Daytona 500 or something like that, that would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you don't have to do a poo stop, do you?
There's a money maker there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, was it Top Gear that did the bumper dumper?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need something similar, don't you?
Like a racing seat commode. A Sparko commode. That's what you need.
Yeah, let's suggest that to Sparko and see what response we get. I think it'll end in off.
Well, I could talk to Racetech.
There you go.
Yeah, for those endurance races.
So the gap is now under 9 seconds. Marco's took another almost half a second out of him on that lap. 20 minutes to go.
And this is Tony Klusman suddenly got his race hat on again. So what he couldn't do earlier, he's managing to do now, so he must have got his free repair and damage sorted. Wayne Sanderson's 4 seconds up the road from him, so let's see what he can do to that.
I guess he got tired of looking at the tail end of that XVR black car there.
Well, he had no answer for Steve LaValle prior to his pit stop, so I think he's had whatever damage that he had incurred at the start of the race sorted, and now he's on it again.
You know, I was going to mention before Chris had to leave that the three of them were running in formation for the longest time with no deviation in the difference between the distance of any of the three cars. It's kind of strange.
Right.
Almost like they were, what should I say, taking it easy or something.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a replay.
So that's right. Yeah, Ryan with a monster slowdown.
Yeah.
Where are they picking them up? Is that Old Hairpin? Are they taking too much curve at Old Hairpin?
Yeah. So just my quick dodgy math, I think Marco needs to be taking 3/4 of a second a lap away from Johnny Brandon.
Well, he is easing into it. It's coming down to about 8.5 seconds now.
Yeah, he's not going to get it. There's 10 or 11 laps left now, I would have thought. Maybe 12, 13 tops.
Yeah.
Leave Kimmy alone. He knows what he's doing. I will never forget that. That was hilarious. Oh my god. Even the commentators on Formula One were in hysterics. Oh my god, they couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Tony looks like he's in far more control than he's been for, well,
Yeah, his car looks a lot
race
more
and a half,
balanced.
really. Yeah.
Does look more balanced for sure.
Yeah, they're still benefiting from a nice cool track. It's only 67 degrees. 8 p.m. sim time.
8 p.m. at Donington is sub-zero in summer.
Donington, I always find, is one of them places that's always windy.
Yes, yeah. And this place is on the top of like the brow of a gigantic hill, which is why they put the airport there in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets the wind, and that was what it was for, wasn't it? It was to get the elevation in the aircraft.
Yeah.
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 And less obstacles in the way when they take off too. You know, like towers and crap like that.
Yeah, I've been to Donington far more times than I probably should have done, because I used to go to the Monsters of Rock Festival. I think I attended that for about 10 years, from about 1989 onwards, or 1987 onwards.
I was going to say, for racing, you live near Olton, don't you?
Alton and Croft, yeah, and Cadwell
and Croft,
probably in
yeah.
Lincolnshire, yeah. It's like racing around a teacup, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's actually a motorbike track,
It's
isn't
that
it?
march,
It is, yeah.
march up the hill from the pit lane
Oh.
above me. That kills me.
It feels like the car's going to tip off backwards. It's that steep going up there is crazy. So the gap's got no smaller on this lap at all. So I think Johnny's going to control this race to the end. Hopefully he won't have any misdemeanors.
Johnny was slightly quicker on the last lap.
Right.
He's just put in a 1:28.9.
That's still a good lap.
Marker at 28.75. So.
But like you were saying, it's not enough, is it? It needs to be hacking half a second or more off each lap.
Yeah.
Well, we got 10 laps to go or something.
Yeah, 10, maybe 11. Might get 42.
Yeah, and Steve Lavallee hasn't been dropped by Tony Kloosterman.
We have a little under 15 minutes, right, to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 minutes and counting.
It's funny, isn't it? On the left-hand side there, you can take none of the inside curve because you get a slowdown, but you can take as much of the right one as you want.
Yeah.
That is weird, isn't it?
The markers in real life always make me laugh because it doesn't matter.
No, they just go straight through them on lap one.
Touring cars, motorbikes, club racing.
Yeah,
By the end of lap one, they're all gone.
Yeah, exactly.
But the marshals are like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
It took me 20 minutes to pick them up.
Looks like Steve Lavallee's closing back in a little bit.
Yeah, I think,
Yep.
I don't know whether Tony started to use his stuff, but Steve is certainly on the prowl.
I suppose it might be that when we spotted him last time, Steve had an issue or a slowdown.
Yeah, possibly. I think Tony was starting to drop him a little bit. But the last 2 or 3 laps, Steve is eking away. Couple of tenths here, couple of tenths there. He's obviously getting a bit of a toe in places.
Yeah, and you can get a lovely toe down start finish and down Dunlop. And even through the crane of curves, you still get the toe going through there. It upsets the car a bit, but... It's looking fighty here. Tony's having to defend. He won't want to be doing that. He wants to get on terms with Wayne, but it has to be said, Wayne is pulling away. That gap's up to 5.1 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, it was 4.5 initially.
And their lap times are very, very similar as well. It's not like Tony's reeling him in.
No.
At the moment, he's playing more of a defensive game, to be honest.
I like Tony's visor on his helmet. It looks like pure evil inside the cockpit of the car.
Red mist.
Yeah. On board with Mr. Kloosterman. Careful on the gas going through here. Take a bit of curve, but not too much, because otherwise you get that lovely slowdown. Take a lot of that curve though. Run out wide here to get a better drive through that one. Off the gas, off the gas, off the gas, and then back onto it a little bit here, and then gun it. On the rumble strip here, cut the corner a little. Not too much, because that's a slow down point as well. That might be where they're catching him. And then on to...
I think it is, isn't it? Because it seems to be on the straight that they're slowing down.
Yes. And then jam on the anchors. Don't take too much of the left hand side, but take loads of the right. Run it out wide. Get your car set up here, ready for Melbourne. Out wide, and then cut this and hold it on the inside. Don't run it too wide. Then on the gas and go. This one, I can never do this one. It comes over a little brow and it upsets the car a lot.
Yeah. Strange corner.
Yeah.
Like
He's still at it. 10 minutes to go.
And like Clyde mentioned, they grease it before you start racing too.
Yeah. Ooh. I think Ant was checking the time or something there. He was pointing his car in all the wrong direction. Stacey getting a bit excited with him.
He was probably just adjusting his bra.
Canadian Crispy Bacon says it amazes me how much tolerance they give on the right. I'm assuming he's talking about that chicane.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can be greedy with it. Really, really greedy. And it simulates real life racing because, like Clyde was saying before, those 3 markers are gone after lap 1.
Yep.
And you can see that, well, I don't know whether it's to do with how racing is in Britain, but on all the turns there's lots and lots of dirt at the side of the track where people run wide. And that's just a feature of racing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you find that everywhere, Pete.
Yeah.
Unless Mr. Tilka gets a hold of the course, then we make it shiny with
Sterilized,
stripes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paint everything.
Make it pretty. It's a horrible thing, I think.
It is, yeah.
To me, it looks fantastic from the air.
Yeah.
But close up, it's awful.
Mm. So, I mean, Ant Woodward clearly wants this position back, doesn't he? We've not had Stacey on the chat, have we?
No, we haven't, no.
She must be in the mood with us.
Did you ever put any lady garments in the merch store yet?
What, for Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Some BSTV thongs or something.
I am trying to source a mankini just for kicks, but
Oh, God.
I'm still struggling with the beanies at the minute. I think this little battle's going to go on right to the end, doesn't it? Because he keeps getting right on terms with him and then falling back.
I think it's the other way around. I think Greg is quicker than Ant, but I think Greg keeps making mistakes, which
Right.
brings Ant back onto him again.
Is that what you were going to say, Bill?
No, I was going to say that you don't need to get a men's thong because we can use a jock strap.
Oh, that's true.
I want a BSTV thong so I can wear it back to front and have a BSTV bum.
God.
Poo catcher.
We must be able to get some socks and pants done.
Yeah.
Not trousers, pants, right?
Yeah, undercrackers.
Yeah, undercrackers is what he's talking.
Okay.
Pants means a different thing over here.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if he was trying to be American or what. Yeah. Okay, got it.
So we've got 6 minutes to go. Johnny Brandon currently 7 seconds in the lead. Wayne Sanderson is a further 7 seconds back in third. And then there's a big 6-second gap to Steve LaValle. And he's being closed. Oh, who was that? Oh, that's all right.
It's Justin.
Naya. I didn't know if that was Steve LaValle had gone round. Oh, Tony's got another slowdown.
Are you joking? Yeah, definitely. And he's had to let Steve LaValle go.
Well, I noticed on the...
Was he trying to stay well clear of Justin, do you think?
No, I think he was just being greedy on the
No,
corner.
he just... Right, okay. That was a massive amount of curb, man. That was gigantic.
Yeah. If that was the first time he'd done it, I'd agreed with you, but...
Yeah.
On the tote board that they had Steve LaValle ahead of Tony again. I was wondering what happened. Okay, now we know.
So I think Andy's very steady, and Greg maintains this sort of gap, and then all of a sudden Greg will get loose coming out of a corner, and Ant closes back up on him again.
Yeah.
And then Greg ekes it out a little bit, and so it goes on. There's 4/100ths of a second difference in their previous lap times. There you go. Drone cam.
Yeah, it's a good camera, this one. So Ant's not managed to get that done again. Ooh. That was a bit close. Oh, maybe here.
No, you shouldn't do, really. Greg gave that up too easy for me.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
There's a lot of grip around that outside. So Nikolai is now very interested in Greg. Not really seen a lot of Nikolai tonight. It's good to have him back.
Nikolai's always there at the end. He's a fighter.
Yeah, I think he's a driver that we've singled out in the past, and as you know, when he first started with us, he could be a bit of a nightmare sometimes, but now he's just a steady driver that gets the odd fantastic result, but mainly he's there at the end and he's picking up points.
Exactly. I remember when he was new, he crashed me on pit road one time.
certainly going to give Greg a run for his money in the last couple of laps. Where are we? We're lap. Just trying to see.
39.
I think Marco is about to start the last lap.
We're looking for Johnny Brandon to start the list.
Sorry, Johnny Brandon starting
Yeah.
the last lap now. He's not going to get round for another one. So this is going to be 41 laps. And to Crispy Bacon, it's our pleasure. It would be nice to know your name rather than having to call you Canadian Crispy Bacon.
Might be trying to get free advertising for his crispy bacon company.
It could be, yeah. Ooh,
Johnny Brandon's on the Dunlop Straight as we speak.
Ooh. I can sniff.
So it's Greg. Remember, it's Greg. Crispy Bacon, Greg. Get with the program, Pete. Come on.
Yeah.
So Johnny Brandon coming round the last
Here
corner
he comes,
to
coming
take
down to the
win
start-finish line.
in the feature race.
Flashy lights.
Barring a disaster, Marco Namela will come home second, as he does. Wayne Sanderson comes home third. Steve Valley should come home fourth. Tony Klosterman fifth.
Wayne Sanderson with a podium. Good for him.
Oh,
Nikolai.
Brave Nikolai, brave move.
He's going to make it work, I think. No, he's not. Because Greg's going to get far more traction on the outside there.
He had to go for it.
He did.
Off to him, and it was clean.
He might still get something here.
Yeah, you never know. You got a little hangnail to go yet.
No, not quite.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Greg just needed to park it on the apex.
And he did, which was good.
That was a good
racing
battle all day. Yeah.
So, that was wild, wasn't it, Clyde?
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good. What's your opinion on the incidents we saw in this one, then?
I don't think there was a great deal in it, and this one, if I'm honest. You know, that one at the start into turn one is just cold tyres. There was a lot of people caught up in that you know, they were innocent bystanders. And then after that, I don't think we see. I think we see great racing rather than suicidal overtakes and things like that. So, you know, to me that was a good race. So, do you want to run us down our finishing positions, Pete?
Yeah, sure. So, our race winner for the feature race was Johnny Brandon for XVR Sim Racing. In second was Marco Namela. Third was Wayne Sanderson. Fourth was Steve LaValle. Tony Klosterman finished in fifth. Tyler Newitt in sixth. Jamie Wilson in seventh. And Woodward in eighth. Greg Carr finished ninth with Nikolai Bogatarov right on his rear bumper. Brian Crawls in 11th. Adam Wright in 12th. Ryan Walker in 13th. 14th was Justin Nair. 15th was Chris Jackson after doing about half the race before he went back under the thumb. And Ivan Bauman's finished last. He must have finished many laps down, I think.
Yeah, I think he did.
31.
Right. So we've got people queuing up for an interview. So
Oh.
let's bring in Marco Raikkonen for you, Pete, our race 1 winner. He's muted at the moment, so
Yes.
let's kick him out again and bring in our race 2 winner, Johnny Brandon.
Good evening, Johnny Brandon. A fine victory. How was that race compared to the first one then?
Pretty boring, really.
Yeah, you were well out in front there. The gap was coming down, but I expect you were just keeping it safe at the front.
Yeah.
For the majority of the second half of that
Tyre,
race.
saving a bit of fuel.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye on it. Obviously, I think just Marco made a mistake or something. He lost a lot of time in the pit stop, which I wasn't expecting.
He missed his pit stall.
Yeah. So as soon as he was 11 seconds back,
However,
I could just cruise then. So.
Marco must be excellent at parallel parking because his reverse and turn was absolutely brilliant. But it did lose him 5 seconds on you. So, yeah.
He's finished. I think they have to do that in a driving test out there.
Yeah.
They all know how to do it.
Yeah, it was masterful. It has to be said. So, as was the victory in the second race, you were almost gifted the lead, weren't you? Because the 2 cars in front of you nerfed each other. And you
kind of. I saw them doing it. Whoever was on the inside just was so late on the brakes. I was like, okay, see ya.
Yeah.
And I was lucky. Whoever was just behind, I'm not sure who it was in fourth, but he saw what I was doing, and I think it was Adam Wright. I think we tried to squeeze a little bit, but we got away with it, so it was all right.
No, and then you were away down the road and secured that one. Race 1, not such an event-free race for you, was it?
No.
Thought we had Kimi Räikkönen in the room, and then again it was no.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was pretty bad, if I'm being honest. Clueless Kloosterman says he didn't know I was there. He had to slow down and just turned in. I don't get it, but he says he didn't know I was there, so I can't understand that. And then just before it, on like lap 1, I think he got all sideways in the right-hander at the top of the hill.
Yeah, we got that on camera. Yeah.
I went round the outside, and there was space there, and he got control of the car, and then moved left and basically shoved me off the track. I'd probably say he didn't know I was there either. But both of them give me damage. Both of them, the second one did give me damage at the rear, destroyed my tyres. That was it. Pretty poor, if you ask me. If you get a slow down.
Yeah, we saw you a few laps later have a little moment, probably due to damage at the chicane.
Tyres were gone. I had damage on the front right, the rear left. And I don't feel like any of it was my fault. I don't know if you think differently, but I'm not saying he did it. I don't think he did it deliberately, but I can't believe he didn't know I was there. You get a slow down, you move out of the way. It's your responsibility. Keep off the line. As far as I'm concerned, he turned in early and sidetracked.
Yeah, I was saying on the broadcast it was what would be classed as an unexpected move, but that's how. And I also said that's how you gain positions.
He was on a slowdown. It wasn't me going for a late lunge. He was serving a penalty. A slowdown penalty.
Okay, and then we saw a similar incident at the same turn in the second race with Marco. So yeah, it's one of those situations which hopefully will get resolved in an amicable way at some point. Let's focus on your race 2 victory, because that was worth double the points anyway. So
yeah, I lost a lot in race 1. So that's when you're up the front with people like Marco, he's quality guy. He's just got 450 odd points. I've got 380. 70 points is a big gap. So
yeah, it's a big chunk.
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, as they say. So.
Yeah. And it's XVR in total, because you had Wayne Sanderson and Steve Lavallee and Tyler Newitt pulling points all the way through.
Yeah, problem is both my teammates let me down tonight. So Nicole's got a bad back, so he's not here, and Rich Warmingham's got some things going on, and he couldn't make it tonight. Yeah, so I was on my own for the main team. So even worse in race 1.
Yeah, and I was going to say I'm surprised Rich wasn't there due to his position in the championship. It's a lot to give up, isn't it? I mean, you got drop weeks, like Clyde was saying as the broadcast started, but surprise. Anyway, anybody
you do what you can do, and sometimes life gets in the way. Life's got to come first.
Too right, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
I thank you guys. I'm trying to bite my lip here. Right, I thank you guys, for the broadcast. And
He's got her
team
after the abuse he gave us the other night.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a joke. It's well, sort of a joke. No, of course it was. Thank you guys for the broadcast. It's great. Thank my sponsors, teammates, Virtual Racing Association, JB Data Engineering. There you go, Pete. I remember.
Yeah, shameless plug, yeah.
And Simordal, Host 365, another one that I never remember. Moving on. Frustrating night, but a good one. But the second race was all right.
It can't be that frustrating. You got.
I'd rather have a race and a battle, a clean battle, than disappear and win. You know, it's a bit boring, but it's quite hard through there. Chicane's tricky.
Yeah, the chicane is tricky. It's a beast of a one, isn't it?
Yeah. Were there many drive-through penalties at all?
There was lots and lots of slowdowns all the way through. No drive-throughs that I saw though.
Just one, I see.
No, one. Oh, we did have one, did we?
Yeah, I think
very
easy.
Right, okay.
Very easy to pick up one exit through that chicane and gain some speed. But it's pretty tricky in this car.
All right.
But yeah, thanks for organising it. Sorry, I'm moaning. On to the next one. I'll find something else to moan about.
I'm sure you will. Thank you very much.
Good
second race winner, Johnny Brandon.
Okay, let's see if we can get Marco Räikkönen in. Marco, welcome to the booth.
Thanks.
Man of many words. This is going to be a difficult interview, people. So, race one, in control right from the start, disappeared into the distance and didn't look back.
Yeah, that's how race should go.
Yeah, if only they were all like that. But race two, we see. I commented on the broadcast that you was being very patient, getting through the pack, and then you got yourself up into second. You was clawing back on Johnny. And then we see something that we don't normally see from you, an error in the pit stop.
I think I have started doing those on every these sprint feature type of races. I had one in Motegi too.
Yeah, we see when because Johnny pitted obviously the lap after you, and the gap jumped from something like 6 seconds to 11th, and we couldn't work out what was going on, and then we got the replay of you missing your pit stall. So at that point, did you think it was all over, or was you determined to try and get it back?
Yeah, I was pushing still, and then on the 10 laps to go, I started to figure out if I have enough fuel. But I had enough, and I did some fuel saving, so I would have a one extra lap if it goes to that.
Yeah, because obviously we had 20. I think we had 21 laps in the first race, but this one only went to 41. So it was always a good idea to save a little bit of fuel. But on the whole, Marco, you must be happy with a first place and a second place.
Yeah, that's a lot better than I thought. I didn't have much practice this week, so I've been driving like every other car than V8 this week.
And your teammate Richard almost made it into the session, but due to the massive update from iRacing, I think he missed out by about 2 minutes.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, he was giving us a countdown on how the update was going. I think as we clicked over to the race, he was on about 98%. So he nearly made it, but not quite. But yeah, obviously your race one victory was exactly how you wanted it. Off into the distance. But race two, how did you find the traffic? Were they compliant? Were they getting in the way? Did you have many good battles?
I actually the start of the race too. I didn't know how to pass people, but then I found my way of going through. So after that, it was pretty easy. I had a incident with Tony. I think I'm at fault. At least I haven't seen the replay yet, but I think I was at the fault there. But he was also quite slow there, so I don't know. But yeah, it's like the style I was doing, the overtakes, it was pretty good. So I was happy about it. I didn't think I could get top 3 on the future race. I wasn't sure about my pace.
Well, so second place must have been an absolute bonus then. So before we let you go, Marco, anybody you'd like to thank?
Racecraft Esports, you guys, Racetech, the league sponsor. Yeah, and everyone running there in the league. So yeah, thanks.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth as a driver tonight, Marco, and we will see you in the booth next Sunday. So, Marco Namela there, winner of race 1, second place in race 2. So, let's bring in Wayne Sanderson for you, Pete.
Good evening, Wayne. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good, actually. You had a very eventful 2 races, didn't you? Race 1, I forget where you finished, but it wasn't too dissimilar to race 2. Where did he finish, Clyde? Have you got that in front of you?
What, race 2?
Race 1's result for Wayne?
Last, I think.
Last, right. Okay, last in race 1. And a marvellous 3rd in race 2. So tell us about your races.
Yeah, I was pretty happy finishing 3rd in the end, and I was 3rd in the first race as well, I think. But really good. The first race was fairly uneventful. I was pretty close to Steve, and the closer I got to Steve, the slower we both went. So that wasn't the best plan. But the second race, I mean, the start of that was just epic with all the reverse grid action. That was lots of fun, and I've got to thank Steve and Tyler because they both let me through and gave me some clear air. So that was a big contributor to the result I got in the end.
No, and it seemed very controlled from you, it has to be said, because Donington's an unforgiving circuit at the best of times, including picking up 1Xs and slowdowns. But your car seemed to be relatively untouched the entire, both 2 races, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think I had a bit of contact with Tony in the first race, but there was nothing in that. And then I don't think I had any contact for the rest of the race really. So tried to keep it clean. It's not often you get the opportunity to finish in 3rd, so I just wanted to bank the points really.
Yeah, and Donington, is that a track you know and love, or know and hate, or not really much experience of it?
Not a lot of experience there, although it is probably my local track in real life, but I've never been there. Been there for real. But no, beginning of the week when I did some laps, I was like, I just could not do a lap. I think on one practice lap, I got about 4 slowdowns all on a single lap.
It's brutal, isn't it?
So yeah. I didn't like my chances this weekend, but I guess it's worked out pretty good in the end.
Yeah, it really has. So, I mean, 3rd race for both races. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before you leave us?
Well, you guys, obviously, for the broadcast as always, Racetech series sponsors, the XVR team, obviously, and again, thanks to Tyler and Steve for making my life pretty easy in that second race there.
Cool. Well, thanks very much. A double 3rd place, Wayne Sanderson.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Okay, so next we are going to bring in Ryan Walker. Ryan, welcome to the booth.
Hey, hi guys.
Hello. So race 1, 5th place. Again, you must be over the moon with that.
That was it took me by surprise. I mean, I just kept making silly mistakes, so just couldn't get into a rhythm. And then once the first 2 or 3 laps got them out of the way, I just managed to settle down and just do my own thing, and just told myself not to push or overdrive, and just get to the end. And to to be battling the likes of Tony Klosterman and Wayne Saunderson, I think it was, towards the end of the race was really good fun.
Yeah, from your commentating as well. You know when a driver's done well and had a quiet race because you don't see much of them as a commentator. But like you said, you were involved in a few battles, and your car seemed to. It probably didn't feel like it to you, but it looked like it was on rails. And when Tony was in front of you, Tony kept making mistakes and getting slowdowns, and you would catch him up again. But you didn't quite have enough to get by him.
Yeah, well, it's just basically, I was getting close to him, and then basically once he was in clear air, he just kept pulling away again. So it's just one of those things. Tony's got lots of experience with his car, so I just said to myself, don't push or overdrive to try and keep up with him. If he pulls away, he pulls away. So yeah, it seemed to work out in the end, and managed to finish in 5th place.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear that sort of thing from a driver. So that's the good out of the way. Let's go on to race 2. 13th. Any particular reason why you was down there?
As I said to, I think it was Wayne Saunderson when I was waiting to get interviewed, I said basically I went to go off the line, and then as soon as I headed into turn 1, my force feedback stopped working. So I was struggling with no force feedback until the pit stop. So basically, as soon as I pitted, I unplugged my wheel and then plugged it back in to get my force feedback working again. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that I finished in 13th, but that's racing, and still managed to finish the race and score some points.
Yeah, that's right. 13th is still not bad. Not bad points. And obviously you've got. I'm going to call it an excuse. It's not really an excuse, but yeah, it's not very good when you have technical issues, is it? But on the whole, successful evening for you, I would say.
Yeah, very much so. It's the race 2 didn't go according to plan, like you were meant or talking about, but overall happy with how it went. Managed to finish both races, score points, and get a 5th place in the first race, battling some of the quick guys. So yeah, it's been a good night.
Excellent. So before we let you go, Ryan, anybody you'd like to thank?
Just the team behind the scenes that make the league happen, and to you guys for putting on the broadcast. I'm looking forward to watching it back with a nice cold beer.
Excellent. Have one for me as well. Ladies and gents, we'll forget about race 2. Our 5th place finisher in race 1, Ryan Walker.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, Pete. So last but not least, we've got Twinkle Toes himself, and Woodward.
Evening, Ant. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks.
Yeah, no Stacey on the chat tonight. We're disappointed.
Just got home from work, yes. Just in time to watch the race. Yeah, in time to watch the race.
Nice one. Clyde wants you to paint your toenails next time. Is that all right?
He's a perv.
And can you cover them legs up as well?
Since I've done the foot cam, he's inundating me with private messages to send pictures of my feet.
Yeah, just phone whatever watchdog it is that arrests people for things like that.
You're Welsh. You've probably got 6 toes on each foot.
So, second race finished 8th. What did you do in the first race? I don't even remember. It's been a long time.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
I think I might have got a top 10.
He did. He was in 8th.
8th again. 2-8. Yeah, multiply them together, you get like a big number. Anyway, so you pretty much had a race with everybody on track as far as I could see. There wasn't a single car that you didn't either overtake or get overtaken by in some sort of battle. So you brought us an immense amount of entertainment and some ability to pay you double for the sponsorship, I think.
Oh, brilliant. I'll pass it on. That's great news. It's always good to get a bit of TV time. Race 2 was pretty exciting. A few bumps here and there. I was trying to be a bit defensive, I think I had a different setup to Greg as well. I was great racing with Greg, really good, and I had to sort of control myself. It reminded me of we did a race at VIR. I just overperformed, and I drove smooth right the way through the race. And I thought I got to drive like that because his tires I could see his tires were hurting, the smoke coming off, and I think he had a more aggressive setup.
So, is there anything you can take to the next race with that?
Oh, I don't know. Just Donington. I've been there. I mean, anywhere I seem to have been, you get a bit of perspective.
Oh yeah.
So Alton Park, I've been a lot. I seem to go all right or better there, and same with Donington. So, no, where's next?
I have no idea. Where's next? Anybody?
It's not Okayama. That's the. Oh, sorry, I went the wrong way there. Bear with me. We are at Bathurst.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't been there.
300 miles of Bathurst.
yeah. I'm making no comments about Bathurst because it just incites Clyde to remind me of the day that I threw away a decent race.
While we're on to, I know how you like to highlight mistakes in the booth there.
Yeah, go on.
So while we're on the subject of you and Bathurst and mistakes, I'd just like to point out that any mention of bucket seats in the future should be about Racetech, not what you were saying.
Yeah. Dear, bumper dumpers and all
that. We did swing it round to Racetech.
Yeah, good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, eventually. So good racing tonight, and very exciting evening. Picked up a couple of places in each race, so congratulations. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to?
Yeah, league sponsors, Racetech, Never Quit Racing, the team, especially Chris did a lot of work on setup this week. Station EV, and you guys, brilliant work again.
Thank you very much. So our double 8th place finisher, Ant Woodward.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so that is the interviews over. I think we've already done a fairly good race analysis. Bill, anything stick out in those races for you?
I think nothing in particular. I just really like the fact that even though we had 15 cars, it was still a great race. There was a lot of racing in, wherever you looked, basically, other than the guy that was way out front. But other than that, it was a terrific night, in my opinion, and great track, good bunch of guys. And, all you need is a cocktail and some spare ribs, and you're in business.
Yeah. And Pete, what stuck out there for you?
Well, a bit like Bill said, it felt like the track was full, even though we had 16 cars. It was highly eventful. There was obviously the Johnny Brandon and Tony incident and the Tony and Marco incident. Obviously, Marco's making less of it than Johnny is. I think that might rumble on for a bit. I hope it doesn't. But those are the standout moments because they're the point scorers, and racers being racers, they all want to be leading the other car, don't they? So, other than that, very good, clean racing, apart from the first turn of the second race and whatever happened in the chaos that ensued there. I thought it was a really exciting race. Donington brings us great racing every time we come here. We should have it on the calendar all the time. It's a fantastic track, and it lends itself to great racing in this car. And I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight. I look forward to the next time we come to Donington.
Yeah, I as we said at the start, Donington is most definitely one of my favourite tracks. Sam, from a cameraman point of view, a little bit easier tonight, maybe. Just managing to focus on battles rather than crashes.
There were less crashes, but there were more battles, so that's That's not easier. No, but it was a great race. I think on the next podcast we're gonna do, we will have safety barrier between Johnny and Tony, because I think that's gonna fight up. But apart from that, it was a pretty good race. Lots of respect, as always in this league. Looking forward to the next one.
I'm sure they will have a chat and sort out their differences.
Yeah, I know that's just me joking.
Yeah, I think Marco was possibly the standout driver for me. A great result in race 1 for Ryan. Wayne picking up some big points as well, and obviously a race win for Johnny in race 2. So that is rounds 9 and 10 out of the way. We are back in 2 weeks' time for round 11, which is our season special, the Bathurst 300. Coming up for you this week after our lovely week off on BSTV. Tomorrow we have the ECA Endurance Championship, the 10-hour race, from Barber. Wednesday we are back with the BSTV GT4 TCR Challenge from the fantastic Oran Park. Then on Friday, we are back with the European Strength of Field Friday night race in the V8 Supercars. I have absolutely no idea where that is. And then next Sunday, we are back with round 2 of the VRA GTCC from Silverstone. We've got, we brought to you last week a new employee in Marco Räikkönen, our specialist analyst. And this week, we've got somebody else new. But that's as much as I'm going to tell you. You'll have to tune in on Sunday and find out who that is. So, thanks to the drivers. Thanks to everybody that comments on the chat. We thoroughly enjoy that. Make sure you give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook so you never miss another broadcast. Thanks to Racetech, our series sponsors, and thanks to Bill and Pete and Sam for joining me in the booth. I've been Clyde Whiting. I shall say good night. Let the guys say good night, and we'll close the broadcast. So good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. See you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow morning.
Okay, good night, everybody. Thanks to my colleagues, Racetech, for sponsoring this series. Of course, to our viewers and our subscribers. And certainly this is still my favorite series. So we're looking forward to the next time we go out, and we'll join you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
And good night, everybody. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.